Hi. Well, I can tell you that this is the first time I've done anything like this, so I guess I'm well on my way from the last presentation. So I'm Kelly McDermott. I have a friend, Matt Braun. I was playing Frisbee with him on Sunday afternoon, and he asked me if I wanted to go on a bike ride out to Baraboo, so I said yes. And something about a rustic road. So we went out with a group of people. It was about a 120-mile ride. We had a lot of fun, took a couple long cuts. But anyway, I left wanting to find out more about these rustic roads. So these are what the signs look like. You may have seen them around the state. But basically, they're roads set up by the DOT designated for their scenic beauty or historical significance. They're located all throughout the state, and when I originally started, I just figured I'd do a couple, maybe the ones that are a couple hours away. But as I continued to do these roads, I just was so impressed with the neat things that I was seeing. So I just kept doing them, and eventually I did all 111. So here's a typical route that I did. This one was a ride in La Crosse. It was a 125-mile ride, and I just kind of rode. So there's 4 rustic roads on this ride, and I got no flat, so that's always a plus. But basically, I just have a dinosaur phone. My friend Julia calls them space phones. I don't have any fancy phones or anything, so I just print out a route, make myself some notes, and go. You never know what you're going to see on these roads. Sometimes you see funny statues, or you run into your 3rd grade teacher like a couple hundred miles away from where you last saw her. So yeah, but basically each one has a sign, and I tried to take a picture of me and my bike at each one to document which one I had been to. But if there's 111 roads, it's like that's 111 pictures of a sign and your bike, and me. I don't even want to look at that, so I try to do something different at each one. Some were my friend's ideas, and some were just kind of ones that I thought of. I did the YMCA, so that's always, standard. You see a lot of windmills too on these routes. Sometimes a lot, but one time I was biking and there's a road closed. It's just a gravel road with no sign of construction to begin soon, so I had to find my way around it. And I saw this Dutch-style windmill peeking over the corn road, so I decided to check it out since I was off the map anyway. And I met the old couple that built this from scratch, basically. And you also never know when you're going to see a lighthouse about 300 miles away from any water. So basically, as I was researching this, I found out that there's this rewards program for motorcyclists where if you ride to 10 rustic roads and you take a picture at each one and you send it in to the DOT, you could get a patch. So I thought that I would try that, but I ran into some difficulties. So I contacted them, and I just never really heard back, and they didn't know what to do with me because I was a bicyclist. So I thought I'd keep trying, keep riding. I don't care, it's a patch, whatever. So I got it on my 2nd attempt after I had done a couple more roads, so I was pretty happy. So altogether, I did 111 rustic roads, rode about a little over 4,000 miles, and took me 49 rides to do that. And it's Wisconsin, so obviously there's a lot of cows. And so actually it's a kind of a continuous project because there's 111, but since I finished this project, they've added 3 more, so obviously I'm going to do those. The closest one is outside of Laval, which is near Reedsburg, so hopefully I can get out there the rest of the summer. When I was on these roads, I happened to see a lot of these historical markers, so now if if 111 isn't enough, it turns out that there's over 500 of these historical markers. So I thought it'd be kind of a fun project to bike out to all those. I was looking for, my routes range from, I don't know, like 100 miles or 130 miles to maybe 40 miles if there's some other detours. So yeah, I'll be busy for a while. Thanks, guys.